You know, you're a big reason why, to this day, I can't stand Urban Meyer.
Why?
Because I thought he did you dirty, man. I really did.
Wow.
And I thought he did you dirty because it was about Tim Tebow.
Damn, Jemele Hill, that's how we really feel about Urban Meyer. And in this video, man, we're gonna talk about, is Jemele Hill the #1 race baiter? Let's go.
But I'm terrific, I'm finessing in that kitchen, dead fisher. Dope, y'all call it something like or Indiana Pacers or Jemele. I'm in that bit like a man.
Let's go. So, man, today's topic of conversation today is Jemele Hill, man. And before you guys get started watching this video, could you please like and subscribe to the channel if you like real dope sports content, man. So let's get right into the video, man. Jemele Hill, man, somebody that I truly respect in the sports space, sports media space, man. You know, she's been under a lot of criticisms lately, man. I dropped a video on my page a few weeks back, and I've been getting a whole lot of comments about her being a race baiter, man. Is she a race baiter? And I'm gonna play this clip here of her discussing this name of Urban Meyer, and I'm gonna let you guys decide, do you think she a race baiter or not? Play the clip.
When were you at Florida?
07.
That's what I thought. Okay. You know, you're a big reason why, to this day, I can't stand Urban Meyer.
Why?
Because I thought he did you dirty, man. I really did.
Wow.
And I thought he did you dirty because it was about Tim Tebow. Okay. And like, I don't know if that's just a bad perception that I have, but like, because I lived in Florida and I was writing for the Sentinel, and granted, I left in 06, but like that whole situation, like to this day, I'm like,
the immature me would agree with you. Right. The mature me would give you a different perspective.
Okay. Well, I was like, what's the perspective of that I need to have so I can drop my hatred of Urban Meyer?
That's the greatest college football player in some people's eyes. Right.
He's not, but great player though.
Okay.
Great player though.
Now granted, I'll say if he's not, he's top 5.
Oh, okay. I would rock with that.
You'll second that?
I would second that.
So now, if he's the top 5 all-time greatest college football players, I can say that I backed up one of the top 5 most impactful college football players of all time.
But keep it real, Cam. You knew you were better than him, right?
No. I knew I was.
Exactly. So, everybody knew this.
But for Urban's sake, and even for Tim's sake, if that's the greatest, what does that say about the recruitment? What does that say about that quarterback room? Because you don't just have 2 stars. That's a planet. You got 2 planets in one quarterback room that universities don't even get an inkling to what that was. The mature me will say, I needed that experience, because what Urban kind of curated, what I saw Tim Tebow do and go through, it made me who I inevitably was at Auburn. I seen a person handle stardom. I seen each and every week he would throw or have or count up for 3 or 4 or 5 touchdowns, and it was just like, yo, what's next? All right, boom, working out hard, you know. And being a white guy, you see marks on their body. So you see welts on his arms, and he wore them like badges of honor. Like, yeah, they got me good, but I'm still, you know, it was one of those gladiator type of things. So I'm like, yo, this dude kind of crazy, but dang, I see why people worship him. You know what I'm saying? Because he worked hard and he knew his deficiencies, but it still didn't, it didn't get to him where it's like, I can't throw the prettiest ball. So, yeah, I got Percy Harvin, Aaron Hernandez, Pouncey twins, Bubba Caldwell, Lewis Murray, like all those.
That team was loaded.
It's loaded. Yeah. But he still was a valuable piece of that puzzle. So going through what I went through, I would say, please call the dogs off of that, because if we can agree to say it was for a good reason, then
it worked out for you. I mean, I'm not,
So as you can see in this clip, man, of her she has a very disdain for Urban Meyer, man. And before I talk about the race baiting piece of it, I just want to talk about the football piece of it when it comes to, you know, Cam Newton getting kicked off the team with Urban Meyer and all that stuff that happened in Florida. Me living in Florida during that time, man, and knowing what's going on in that situation, man, I just feel like it was more football politics, man. You know, that would have happened with any second stringer that came down there. If it was Florida State, Miami, Florida, what are these schools? If you get caught stealing, bro, you gonna get kicked off the team or anything like that. Especially if you're not the star player, you're not starting, you're not contributing. Come on, man, it's just basic football politics. And I think, you know, Cam Newton kind of understood that, and that's why he answered the way he answered it. That he understood the business of football, and he understood the politics of football. Like, hey, man, I got caught. You know, I had to kind of pay my way. Now, if Jemele Hill want to come off and say, you know, Urban was wrong for how he did Cam as far as he couldn't go to an SEC school once he first transferred, then okay. But for her to say that, you know, they did him dirty and it was for Tim Tebow, I think she was a little bit disingenuous with that statement, and I'm glad Cam kind of checked her on that. Now in regards to the conversation of her being a race baiter, and when I think about Jemele Hill's sports media career, man, she was somebody who I really followed when she was for the Orlando Magic. She was the beat writer for them. And when she wrote great sports articles, man. It was like she was a fresh of breath air, especially she being a black female, and she knew the sport of basketball real well. And then when she started her rise at ESPN, being on, you know, Numbers Never Lie, and then she got the prestigious 6 o'clock time slot on Sports Center, it seemed like she was on her way. But then, you know, she made those comments about Trump.
Feeling very emotional because Charlottesville had happened, and I probably did what you shouldn't do when you feel emotional, a little angry, is go to Twitter. And I got into a dialogue with a Twitter user, and obviously everybody's seen the tweets, you know what I've said. And I did not expect in that moment that it was going to become what it became. I didn't expect it to one day be a hot topic on the View. Right. And it just kind of escalated from there. So then it leads to obviously the president personally calling me out in a tweet, the White House calling or saying what I did was a fireable offense. So it was a lot going on. But
well, you just to clear it up, because there are some people that don't know about what you tweeted. You tweeted.
Well, let her finish the explanation.
Oh, okay.
Let her finish what happened, and then you can explain.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was really just the gist of it. It's just being emotional, going to Twitter, getting in a back and forth, and suddenly I became a walking think piece.
Okay.
Yeah. So you said you tweeted, Donald Trump is a white supremacist who has largely surrounded himself with other white supremacists.
Yep.
And that was
right after Charlottesville.
Right after Charlottesville.
Wow.
Yes.
Trump, and then it seemed like her whole relationship at ESPN, everything just kind of went downhill from there. And when I look at Jemele Hill now in this space, I don't really see her making a lot of sports takes like that anymore. Everything is always centered around either some politics stuff or it's about Trump or something like that. And I think that when you get to that, man, it can rub sports fans the wrong way, because we don't always want to be hit with conspiracy theories about, you know, black and white athletes and things like that. And I think that's where a lot of people kind of feel like where Jemele Hill is now that everything that she does spews from race and hating the white man and Trump and things like that. And I don't know if she was cosplaying the whole time being at ESPN, and then, you know, the last tail part of ESPN, you know, when she started really speaking her mind, I don't know, because she could have been, you know, just collecting the check, and then, you know, she said fuck it and I'm just gonna start speaking my mind once the Trump thing. But I don't want to call her a race baiter though, man. But it just feels like at this point in her career, sports is not the main thing with her, and I want her to get back to the sports. That's what people fell in love with Jemele Hill about, because she was that girl that knew sports. And I just think that now when you look at it, man, in this situation right here, there's a lot of people that's gonna say she's a race baiter, but I'm not gonna say she's a race baiter. I just want her to get back to telling good old sports stories and writing those good sports articles that she's known to do. So that's my thoughts on Jemele Hill, man. You guys get in the comment section, continue to leave your thoughts on Jemele Hill. Is she a race baiter, man? Let me know. It's your boy Joe. I'm out. Peace.